Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review episode 10 of The Walking Dead. So, yeah, before we get this review started, as always, warning, spoilers ahead. So, if you have not seen this episode, do not watch this review because we're going to be spoiling some stuff. We're going to be talking some of the main key points of this episode. So yeah, but if you have seen this episode, stay tuned for the review. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, in 3, 2, 1. Did you leave? Okay, let's get the review started. Alright, so in the beginning of this episode, we see Daryl and Beth, they're running around trying to get away from the walkers. And then we hear a narration from Beth's diary. And she's saying, like, this has got to be from when the first time they went to the prison. And she was saying, like, we're going to have a home finally since the farm. It's going to be great. Lori's baby is on the way. So, and we hear this narration of her from her diary, and then it's like it's all gone now, And like Daryl, he's like in silence. He can't, like, when Beth asks him to like go like hunting or something, he just sits there like all quiet. He doesn't want to say anything. And Beth thinks one of the kids are dead because she sees a shoe, and she starts bawling her eyes out because she thinks one of them is dead. And we're seeing and then we see Tyrese with the kids, and we find out that Tyrese had Judith the entire time. So we now know Judith is not dead, and Tyrese has the baby. All right, real quick, I want to get something off my chest. That girl, not the little one that's scared all the time, the one that thinks she's a tough person. Listen, kid, you're annoying, you're not tough, you don't sound like you're tough, you're not tough, okay? So you can't act, really, I mean, seriously, she cannot act, I'm sorry, she cannot act, but you're annoying, you're not tough, and you tried to suffocate a baby, for goodness sake. I mean, did you guys see that? She was like, with the baby. I think she's like, I know the baby is causing too much noise, but that doesn't mean to kill the baby. I mean, why would you do that? I don't know. That just boggles my mind. But, then we see Tyrese. He's fighting off these walkers because he heard screaming. And Carol. Yes, Carol is back, and Tyrese has no clue yet. He has no clue that, Carol was the one that burned down, I forgot his girlfriend's name, but he doesn't know. So this will be interesting for sure. I mean, I can't wait to see what happens next with them. And, we also see, Maggie, Bob, and Sasha, and Maggie's like, I'm gonna look for Glenn. I'm gonna see where Glenn is, and she wants to know if Glenn is still alive, and they go to the bus, and there's walkers all in the bus, and so yeah, Bob and Sasha are opening the door one by one, and then they couldn't hold on to it. All of them got out, and it was crazy, and Maggie was just all in silence. It was like, you know how that is in movies and TV shows, and she goes into the bus to see if Glenn is in the bus, and it turns out Glenn is not in the bus. He's not a walker. He's not anything. And then when we get back from commercial break, we saw this last week in the previews, but we see Glenn on top of something, and we don't know what it is, and he's looking around, and he's still at the prison, and because he wanted to search for Maggie, and my goodness, he and like there's walkers all over the place. And so Glenn has to try and get out of the prison, and you know, he's got the armor on, he's trying to get out, and then he sees the girl from, you know, from the prison fight. I forgot her name, but she was there, and you know, she didn't want to go, she just wanted to stay, but they ended up going together, and like she's letting out all of her frustrations on one of the walkers, and at the end we see this guy, like, and these military people, and they have guns in a military truck, and the main guy said, "You better watch your mouth, young lady," and then it cuts away, and then it shows what's gonna happen on next week's episode. And alright, this episode was way better than last week's episode, in my opinion. Really, really good episode, way better than last week's. As you all know, I don't grade episodes, so, but if I'm not gonna say it, but you guys know if I were grading episodes, you know what I would have given it. So, what'd you guys think of this episode? Leave it in the comment section below, and I'm WWE Fan 0599, and we will see you all later. Peace.